Hey, Parv.
How are you?
I'm good.
Do you mind if I come in?
Yeah, sure. You can come on in.
Cool. Thank you.
So it's good if I pull this in?
Yeah.
Would you like a seat?
Sure.
Alright. Here you go, sir.
Thank you.
What's up?
So do you both know why I'm here today for, to talk about your conflict?
I believe I do. This channel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is a mediation process. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Basically how this works is I will ask you both the reason for your conflict, and we'll better try to identify a solution to it. And I would like to establish some ground rules for this. So you cannot interrupt when another person is talking, and you have to listen to them. And also, I would like to let you know that this is not confidential, so I might record this up, but it won't go out, so it will be private for you. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Would you like to add on anything else from this?
Not that I can think of.
I'm good.
Okay. So can someone start with telling their own part of the story and what conflict you're having? Chandler or Kevin? What would you like to say?
I mean, I borrowed his speaker. He let me borrow the speaker for the weekend for dance rehearsal I had, and I brought it back and it wasn't working, and then he like threatened me and with like police report and did some really nasty stuff on Twitter.
I didn't quite threaten you.
Yeah, you did. I have the text messages to prove it.
Well, see, I let you borrow my speaker for the weekend, and I thought everything would be fine. However, I've come back, and it's broken. But I think it's a perfectly logical decision to file a police report if you broke my thing. Because that's a lot of money to me. And you don't want to replace it. That's something you damaged. You should have to replace it.
But you have to also consider it's a really old speaker and you've been using it for a long time. So it could have just been broken and it worked for the short period of time. Then when I brought it back, it didn't work anymore.
And so you didn't do anything at all?
No, I didn't.
Alright, so Chandler, or Kevin, he broke your speaker. So how do you feel about that?
I'm angry. I'm really upset about that. Like, that is my speaker that I spent a lot of money on. And I come back from a weekend from home and it's broken. It doesn't work anymore and I can't use it anymore.
And Chandler, how do you feel about what happened?
I mean, sure, it is broken and it was like, I was using it, but I don't think it's right for him to be able to just post online like worst roommate ever and all this like really mean stuff about me when he doesn't even directly come to me. He just sends me like passive aggressive text messages about things he's gonna do.
I mean, if the boot fits.
Not even a modern saying.
So let's not get into all of that.
Alright.
We know each other's conflicts. Let me ask you if this sounds right. So Kevin had a speaker which you borrowed, and due to some reason it seems to have broken, and when he got it back he's angry because it doesn't work anymore and he paid a lot of money for it. Does that sound right, or is there anything else I need to know?
I mean, besides what he did after him, yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool. So does would anyone of you volunteer to, like, is there anything that you can do to compensate Kevin, or Kevin, do you have anything that you think would be like a good balance for your conflict? Do you have any solutions for this?
I mean, if he just comes to me directly, we can talk about it. I don't see why he has to be passive aggressive about it, and I'd be more than happy to like help pay for a new one, but not like, it wasn't my fault, so I shouldn't have to pay for the whole thing because it was an old speaker. So I'd be happy like paying half as long as you like take down the tweets and don't be rude.
But I did come to you. You weren't in the room, but I texted you so I could get a hold of you, and you replied. However, my speaker doesn't work, and you seem to fail to take responsibility for that. I think you should have to, at least pay me back or buy me a new one to take responsibility. I mean, since you did break it, it should be replaced.
I didn't break it.
Then who did?
I mean, someone dropped it, but it wasn't me. And it worked fine after that.
So you let someone else touch my speaker and watch them drop it?
I didn't watch them drop it. They lightly dropped it on the floor.
But you just said that.
And they turned it on, and it worked fine. We turned it off. We made sure everything was fine, and it worked fine.
And now it just suddenly doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Like magic. Poof.
Exactly.
Alright.
So instead, we can focus on the conflict, but I would rather try to come up with a solution. I think Chandler said that he was, are you willing to pay half for the speaker?
Yeah.
Or whatever repairs it takes. Does that sound a good solution to you, Kevin, or would you recommend something else?
I think it's kind of unfair that I have to still pay some amount of money to replace my own speaker when I already paid the full price previously.
Okay.
You know?
Would you suggest us any other solution, or?
Okay, well, like, for example, your computer that you have, it's really nice, right? What if one of us came and accidentally, like, smashed it? Like, we tripped in the hallway and slammed our hands down on it, and it hit the ground, and it was broken and no longer worked anymore. Would you have us do it? Or replace it?
But so in this case, I don't know, maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, but he said that he did not break the speaker, someone else did, and it was not his fault at all, like, completely. Do you think that you could think about that, or because that's a totally different case, or would you still be not satisfied with that, or how would you like to go ahead with this?
I still think it's really unfair that I would have to pay any amount of money to replace my own object when I didn't do anything to break it. I take really good care of my things.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he let someone else touch it and also let them drop it, it's really disappointing to me, just because I trusted him to keep that safe and I let him borrow it, and now it's broken.
So what would you suggest we should do? Or what would you suggest? Should he pay for the full, or?
I would like it if he paid the full. However, honestly, if we're not going to get past this with you paying full, I can pay half. But
would you? What do you think, Chandler?
I think I'd be happy paying half as long as he takes on the stuff, and because I feel like I took really good care of the speaker when I had it in my hands, and then someone else just took initiative and picked it up and then dropped it, and it worked after, but that might have broken it. Yes, but I was really careful with it because I knew it was his and I knew how much he cared about it, and I don't think it's fair that I would have to pay for full of it. So yeah, I agree. Half would be fine, and just take down the stuff off Twitter, because that's not fair to me.
Are you okay with that, Kevin? That he pays you half and then you take off the stuff off Twitter?
yeah, I can do that.
Thanks.
Cool. So
Oh yeah. What do you think?
I'll take down my stuff from Twitter. I promise I won't post anything bad like that about you in the future. And we'll try to talk about this face to face. And I hope you can at least compensate me for half of the speaker then, since you can't pay full.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Do you both think that we should have anything else from this mediation, or is that all you wanted to talk about? Does that solution sound good?
No, I think everything's pretty good right now. Now that we got this off our chests, and the elephant in the room is leaving.
Okay. Cool. So that's all for me. I hope you found a good solution to your problem, and if you have any other conflicts, you can always call me for mediation, and I can help you guys out.
Alright, thanks, Bart.
Thank you.
And thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
See ya.
Sorry, Bart. Still recording.
Oh, it's still recording. But